Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to a very special West Coast, Best Coast crew episode featuring Arbuckle's Bryan, Will of Primary Tenant Pod, Cam of Average Joe Sports Network, Avery of PWHL Source, and a special guest appearance by Ava, 365 Hockey Girl. Gloves off, Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves off, Seattle.
Gloves off Seattle?
Gloves off Seattle?
We have a few guests or a few friends or frenemies tonight. Let's hear it from Primary Tenant.
Hi, I'm Will from Primary Tenant Pod. No Joy today, sadly, just me, but I'm gonna give our jingle our best go. Primary Tenant Pod. There we go.
Yay!
Hello, everyone. So good to see you.
Yay! And then Cam, I'm going to throw it to you. Give us your little intro. Tell us who you are.
I don't have an intro. I don't do a podcast, but I am Cam from Average Joe Sports Network. The biggest fan of Vancouver women's and men's hockey in the Southern United States. That's me.
Amen. Amen. Okay, Avery, let's hear it.
Hi, I'm Avery from PWHL Source. I'm an independent news outlet. I also do analysis on both TikTok and YouTube.
And really, honestly, between Bryan and Avery, I think they keep us in line with all the stats and official whatever. And I feel like, Avery, honestly, I get most of my hockey news from you. Let's be honest. Like, that's where it's coming from. I'm like, oh, did I get it? I got it from Avery. So.
Sir.
Well, we wanted to come together after this game tonight. So we just finished up watching the Vancouver-Seattle game, takeover tour game in Denver. Some of us are a little more sad than others about this game, but I want to talk about it. I want to break it down. Let's hear first from, I want to hear from our Vancouver friends. Where did you guys watch the game?
Shall I go first?
Yeah, you start.
Okay, so I was watching it at a watch party in East Van at a East Van Brewing Company and upstairs at kind of this associated bar called The Glitch, which was really, really fun. There was a big watch party, a lot of people from our Vancouver server, our Discord server. So a really kind person organized that. And yeah, it was so many people there. It was basically packed. Everyone was wearing their Vancouver jerseys, and it was a great big screen, big table right in front. So that was where I was watching from.
Love it.
That's awesome. Okay.
Next.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Cam. We'll go to you next.
Okay. I was watching in my dorm room. Watching in my dorm room. All right. And the Canucks game at the same time.
So Cam was dual screening it. Yeah, screening it in Mississippi, right? So that's
Yes,
where
sir.
Cam's at. Yeah.
Were you by yourself, Cam?
Yes.
Okay.
So packed watch party to Cam by himself watching two games.
Sir.
And Avery, where were you watching?
I was watching from the comfort of my own home.
We did too. Don't worry. So that is 100% what we did as well. We had a kiddo birthday party we had to go to actually during the game time. So we actually shut down all of our technology and did not look. I really honestly, guys, like I did not look at my phone until after we got the game. So we watched it after we got home.
Yes, we
You're
did. We didn't want
better
not.
people.
It's hard to watch on delay when you have spoilers. It's really hard, especially if I know we'd lost 3-1. I wouldn't want to watch. But we watched the whole way, and the kiddos were eating dinner, and we had dinner, and it was good. Yeah, so it was packed at the Ricosi McDonald household.
Yeah, it was very packed. All four of us were here. And Bryan.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so my wife had scheduled us to we this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy on screen. And a few days ago, my wife was like, "Oh, there may be a little bit of an intersect." The Return of the King is a very long movie, so I missed a little bit of the start of this game, but then I caught up and was able to watch the third period live at home while dual screening with the NFC Championship Seahawks game. So
How did that go? I heard that it was happening, but I don't know how it ended.
Oh, the Seahawks won.
Yeah.
yeah, they're good. It's a Super Bowl rematch from like one of the most traumatic moments.
Oh, dude, that was the first sporting event I cried over. I was like 8. I think I was 7 or 8. Oh my God.
Well,
I think that was 2015.
Who? Seattle and who?
Seattle and the Patriots,
New
and we didn't
England
run the
Patriots.
Yeah, I don't
ball on
know.
the 1 yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
so
Well,
we
it.
know,
that's
just so you know, because we live here in the area, we immediately knew that the Seahawks won because there were fireworks going off everywhere. So we're like, oh yeah, the Seahawks must have just won the game because it was like we live in a more rural area. That sounds really silly. We don't live rurally, but a place where you can shoot off fireworks if you want to. And so
Right.
yeah, there were a lot of fireworks going off tonight.
I currently have a cat under the covers right next to me now, hiding from fireworks. A non-firework loving cat.
The new cat, the old cat.
No, the old cat. The new cat was
Oh.
fine with it, but
The new
our
cat's like, party.
our new cat was just like, huh, and then went back to sleep on the sofa. But our legacy cat always gets scared of fireworks, any sort of fireworks, and burrowed under the covers, and still there, even though the fireworks stopped a while ago.
I love the fact that Bryan calls the old cat the legacy cat. That's very cute. Okay, guys, so let's dig into the game. I feel like Vancouver fans are going to have a lot more to say about the first period than we are. So somebody that wants to, break it down, on goal, Hannah Murphy, we were happy to see her. And as always, as a Seattle fan, a little scared to see Mashmeyer in goal. So how are you guys feeling?
Yeah.
That first period felt very even to me, actually. I think Vancouver was probably a little more in control of the game, but I felt like it really could have gone either way until, obviously the way the period ended was definitely kind of more of a Vancouver thing. Obviously Jen Gardner got that goal with like how many seconds left?
I think
Five.
5.
5 seconds left.
5.5.
Yeah. So that was a surprise, very fun one. But yeah, based on kind of how the rest of the period went, I think it could have been Seattle, could have been Vancouver. Yeah.
Whenever we play an even period like that, I get so nervous because I've seen us do it so many times, and then it just flips into the absolute opposite, and then we're losing by like 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I feel like we have the same experience. That's hilarious. I'm like, how did
Dude.
this happen? It was so even, and then it didn't, and then it went sideways. But yeah,
So I
Well,
was
if I-
definitely still nervous.
yeah.
If I recall, I think Gardner's goal was Vancouver's first shot in like 12 minutes or
It
something.
was 12 minutes. It was a
Oh
long
my
time.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did we have a
shoot,
power play
bro.
right before that where we had like, I don't know,
There was a
47 chances?
there was a power play at 16:24. I've got the game stats pulled up, guys. So I'm not like
But is that
I have
the
no
power-
memory like that at all. But that we were on a power play, or Seattle was on a power play. I need to remember.
Yeah.
It was funny, and I wanted to say this, Will, that you said something about saying like we in your guys' last podcast, and I'm like, no, it is we. Like I feel like I'm part of the team. Like I know I don't play hockey, but I'm still part of the team.
It's definitely
Um,
we.
Yeah,
we.
absolutely. Well, and that's why I have to remember because when we're talking in this circle, it's not we.
It's
It's
different
it's
for each of
Seattle.
us.
I
But
will say,
anyway, yes, there was a power play.
yeah, and there was a little bit of like sense of deja vu because we had that late first period goal in that when we got routed by Minnesota, and it just sort of felt like, oh no, not again, right? Like, is this going to go the same way? But I felt that the second period also was fair, like even before the Eldridge goal was fairly even, and Toronto bounced back pretty well. So maybe we don't have that problem of like caving under pressure, giving up a late penalty, a late period goal anymore. But
It's definitely not the way that we wanted to go into. I mean, that Seattle wanted to go into, the intermission. It would have been better, obviously, had we, been still at 0-0, but that's not the way it went. But I will say, this was a really high shots on goal game. I don't know if anybody has anything to say about that, but I think for for us and for you guys too, the goalies were really the story because I think that they, had Mashmeyer not been on her game in goal, we probably would have won this game.
Oh,
As many shots,
at
as
least
many, as
ended up
many
in the
good
net.
looks as we had, but she was, all over the place, and I can definitely give credit where credit is due for that. She did an excellent job of blocking.
Oh yeah. When it comes to how little we Vancouver shoots, um, having a good performance in net is literally everything. So that's why whenever we do win, we beat teams 3-1, 3-2, 2-1. We need to have a good goalie performance. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the name of the game for us, right?
Hmm.
I know, like at the watch party, someone next to me mentioned that there was some sort of stat on screen that said like Vancouver has won one of the two games in which they've outshot their opponent, which means that Vancouver's only outshot their opponent twice over the season so far. And actually, for most of the game, it kind of looked like we were out shooting Seattle for quite a bit of it, and then at the end, Seattle was putting those shots on, and Seattle ended up out shooting Vancouver like 34-31. So it's still pretty even in the end, but Vancouver still got outshot. So
Vancouver doesn't shoot a lot of the time. They don't shoot. It confuses me. Well, I
But
mean,
30
unless Sarah
plus
Nurse is
30
out there.
plus shots on goal for both sides. Like that's
Yeah.
a big game, like for the PWHL. Like that's
It
a
is.
lot of shots. So
That was
Avery,
refreshing
really-
to see.
It was
Just say
really
it again.
entertaining.
yeah, it was very entertaining.
Oh.
Oh, we
Ava's
got
here.
365 Hockey Girl popping in the middle of the podcast. I love it.
Ava!
Ava!
Hey! Oh, I'm just in my hotel room right now. I just wanted to pop in. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. But I had
No.
one specific thing I wanted to ask everybody here about because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm crazy. So the goal at the beginning,
We were just talking about first period, so this is great. Bring it.
okay,
Ava was at
goal-
the game for anyone.
Yeah,
just
Ava
tuning
was in
Yes.
Denver, just so everybody knows. Yeah.
Well, anyways, there was that one where like I think it was Vanishova. I'll send you guys the replay, but basically the puck went post to post.
Oh yeah.
And then they ran into the goal. The goal came undone. Eventually, the puck did cross the line, but when I was watching it and when I rewatched it, it sounded like the whistle came late. So when I was sitting there watching it, I was like, I feel like this is going to be a goal. But then the call on the ice was no goal, and then they reviewed it and it was still no goal. And I was like, am I crazy? Like, is there a rule that I don't know that's making this not be a goal?
Well, it didn't cross the goal line. When it trickled across, it didn't cross the goal line. But I was thinking that they were talking about like even if the net got knocked off the moorings, like if the puck was going into it anyway, that they were going to call it a goal. And I thought that's what they were viewing, and I'm like, that's very different.
Well,
So-
the first time it didn't go across the goal line, but the
Right.
second time for sure it went across.
But the net was off the moorings, and so whenever the net goes off the moorings, it's no goal. At least that's
No,
But-
no,
That,
no,
that,
no.
there,
Not
there
true.
are actually, yeah. I know, at least in the WHL, probably the case in other leagues as well. If the net can come off the moorings, but if the puck is kind of traveling, it's already on its way in, then they can call that a good goal, and it's like happened before, at least in the WHL. So Brian, do you want to?
And in the NHL.
Yeah, it's happened in the NHL. What was the? I forget the situation last year. Who took that late shot?
Emma Malte.
Yeah, Emma Malte took like a late shot on the goalie, and it was like a couple weeks earlier, an NHL player had scored with the net off, because you can do it.
different.
But it has to. I don't know the exact rules, but it definitely can happen. It has to be like in the run of play. There can't be like a change of possession, something like that. But yeah, no, it definitely. You can score with the net off its moorings, and I think it led Emma Malte to taking a really late shot with the net off its moorings that caused a bit of
It was in rivalry series.
yeah. Yes.
So do
yes.
you think that's what they were reviewing? If the puck went in with the net off the moorings?
Well, it definitely did, and they still said no goal. So
Right. No, I mean, we
That's it.
saw that. Like we saw the puck was definitely across the goal line. We watched it replay because we were watching broadcast and not live like you were. So we watched it a bunch of times, and the puck was definitely across the goal line, but after was it Emily Brown that knocked it
Emily
off?
Brown
Yeah,
knocked the
Emily
net
Brown that knocked the net off. I mean, she got knocked
She got
in.
pushed.
Yeah,
into
she
the
got
net,
pushed into
and
the net.
Then the net was dislodged, but
But we just assumed because the net was dislodged that was the reason why it didn't score. It
didn't count.
Didn't
It
count.
may have to do with like who knocks the net off.
Mhm.
I mean, I think in the case in the rivalry series, I think that or not the rivalry series, in the case of the NHL goal last year with the net off its moorings, I think the goalie knocked it off. But anyway, this is not fresh in my memory, so I'm kind of speaking through my hat. So, but yeah, you can definitely score. We'll have to go back and look at. We'll have to go back and look at that. I didn't actually. I don't remember what they were talking about when they were reviewing that, because I think that was when I was in the car driving home from the movie, trying to catch up with the game.
So Will, what do you say?
Yeah, I think what Brian said was correct in that I think it depends on who knocks the net. off. And I think if it's a player from the team that shoots it, it doesn't count, I think.
Oh.
Question mark.
I'll
Like, don't quote me on that.
correct
Yeah.
myself in the comments.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know, and there'll probably be other people that want to chime in on this too. But it's this is a great question, Ava. I'm glad that you came on and asked. And I want to hear about how Denver was. How was Denver in general? How was the arena? What were the vibes like? Tell us.
Honestly, no shade, no shade, no shade. This is gonna sound shady, but definitely like the Torrent home crowd is better. And like it makes sense, right? Like if you're a neutral site game, you're not gonna be cheering "Let's go Torrent" nonstop like at Torrent games. I'm just so used to it that when I show up and it's like I don't know. I expected it to be more pro Torrent. Like there was definitely like a lot of like Seattle Kraken jerseys, a lot of Torrent gear.
We could
But like
we could be their rivals next season though. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are just cheering for goals. Like people just want to see goals. So like when the Goldeneyes scored, everybody's still happy. And then it's just hearing the "Let's get loud." Like as somebody who always goes to Pacific Coliseum, just hearing the "Let's get loud, let's get loud." Like every time it's just so happy and so upbeat and everybody's just so happy. And I'm just sitting there like, bruh, like, oh my
We
God.
have such an angsty goal song here in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not so happy and cheerful like in Vancouver.
But the people in Denver were really nice, and it was cool to like, I don't know, I'm one of those people where I talk to random people, which sometimes I'm like, maybe people don't want me to talk to them, but I kind of test it out. Like, I try to talk and then see if they want me to talk. I'll be like, "Oh, can I talk to you?" So it's cool to like talk to people and like seems like women's hockey is a really big thing there, just like recreationally. And then like women's sports. Apparently there's a women's sports bar. I'm not sure if it's open. I have to look into that. I want to check out, and they're getting a new NWSL franchise this year. Like they're starting playing in March.
yeah, the summit. Right?
So it's cool to just like get to chat with people, feel the energy.
Awesome. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad you were there and I'm glad you joined. This is awesome.
Thanks. But I'm gonna head out now because I want to make some TikToks while
You're
I'm
so funny.
fresh.
Hey, Ava, thanks for dropping in and making an appearance. We love it.
Thanks for having me. Can't wait to listen.
Bye.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
Ava.
Wow, boots on the ground.
I know. I was like, we just got our in-house reporter to give us the update and then
That was
leave.
like a little segment. That was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even plan this, guys. It just happened.
I do think that I mean, Denver's got to get a team, right?
Yeah.
Like
The attendance looked really good. 11,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a lot.
especially considering they had the AFC Championship game in Denver
Yeah.
at the same time. Like, not only are people going to that game in person for sure, but also, people are going to. I mean, it's the biggest football game of the year. I know that when Seattle had our takeover tour game, like earlier last year, there was talk about it being programmed against football and that impacting attendance as well. But I think like 10K. I know in the Goldeneyes post game. One of the player, Izzy Daniel, mentioned being really impressed with the turnout, especially considering that the football game was going on at the same time. And I agree with her totally. Like, that's super impressive.
Yeah, I think Denver has the market. I don't know what do our Vancouver friends think about Denver being a market.
Well,
Denver will be
there's been like leaks in like various sort of circles right now that people are definitely saying that 4 teams will be oh my God, Joy's here. Joy, say hi.
Yay! I love this. I love the fact this is so chaotic tonight. This is amazing.
Joy.
Hi, Joy.
What's up? What's up?
Have fun with the rest of your discussion. Bye. Let's go Goldeneyes.
Yeah, all right.
Good game. Good game.
Right, thanks, Joy.
Bye.
I love it.
Joy's heading home now to the cold and
Okay,
dark again.
I have to hear this because I feel like there's some insider information that you guys tend to get. Like the story
Well-
about how you knew the name before the name came out. Okay, I'm bated breath. Tell us, Will, what do you know?
In this case, it's more like we know someone who got insider information and decided to share it. But she's basically like, I know someone who's like an insider. So this is very, like secondhand, third hand. But apparently 4 teams are basically a lock. There's going to be a 4-team expansion this year.
I'm so sad.
Yeah,
I'm
so
happy and I'm sad. I'm happy and I'm sad. We're gonna lose half our team.
And
Bro, if I lose Sarah Nurse after getting her for 3 games, bro, I'm gonna have a problem with somebody.
So let me, okay,
Oh
so
my God.
here's the thing I want to talk about. And Avery, like, I feel like you're gonna have stuff to say about this too, because you're very knowledgeable in this. So like I didn't realize it in the expansion draft last year that it was only those that were under contract that were eligible to be drafted. So like that was news to me even after the fact. And then I was like, okay, wait. So like some of our players that only signed 1 year contracts, like I feel like that was maybe a breadth of knowledge, some foresight into the fact that there is a possibility of more expansion, knowing that we were going into a potential another expansion year. So they're like,
Mm.
let's just take a 1 year. So how many? What I don't know, and I would love one of you guys to tell me. Did Nurse sign a multi-year contract?
No.
Okay, so there you go. She won't be eligible. So like that's
She won't have to be protected.
yeah, she won't have to be
She can
protected.
sign somewhere else,
Right,
but
she'll be a
she
free
won't-
agent.
Can't be
Ooh,
stolen.
don't say that. Ooh, don't say that. Ooh.
Well, no, but the thing is that if she's their number one, I mean, I feel like she's your guys' number one player right now. I mean, good grief, she's come back with a bang after being out. You
He's
know what I
tied
mean?
for the
Like,
most goals on the team.
absolutely. And I mean, no shade over here at all. Like, I mean, respect, total respect. I cannot imagine them not wooing her. And Avery, I don't know, Avery, I feel like you have like stuff to say about this because I feel like even when all this was going on before the season, you had a lot of information.
Well, it seemed more like a case of like she knew she was going to be taken regardless, so she might as well pick where she goes. And a lot of talks are like, oh, she's just gonna go back to Toronto, but that's not guaranteed.
Okay. But I think at this point, like Vancouver, she's Vancouver's to keep, right? Like that's kind of how I feel. Like if she's not gonna be eligible for an expansion draft. She's gonna be a free agent next year. Like they just need to they'll just need to do enough to keep her.
I
And
Yeah,
right.
I think it's going to be either Vancouver or Toronto for her. That's going to be a decision that she has to make. There's certainly advantages to both cities. I mean, her home and her family is more Ontario based, but Vancouver is an amazing city, and she's a more unbelievably even more of a marquee player in Vancouver than in Toronto, um, and primary tenant bonus. It's pretty cool to have your own sheet of ice, but I can't see her being anywhere other than Toronto or Vancouver, and that puts Vancouver in a pretty good position to re-sign her if there's only one other suitor.
Well, I mean,
Right.
before she came to Vancouver, it was kind of we can't see as anything but a scepter, so who knows, that list may expand to another team. I hope that's
Oh,
not the
don't
case,
say
but
that.
I
Don't
know,
say
I know.
that.
I'm trying not to manifest it here. I
Oh.
want her to stay. I need her to stay.
Oh, man. Yes,
Oh,
we do.
yeah.
Well, let's get through the game really quick. Not that really quick, not that I want to rush through it, but then I also want to talk. I mean, there was a huge trade that just happened. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I want to get through. I want to be able to, just hash out with you guys. So, second period, obviously we got that amazing goal by Jesse
God,
that
what a pass
that
by-
breakaway Jesse Eldridge, beautiful snipe. It was gorgeous. And then we felt like we were back in it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was like, oh, okay, good. Like this isn't, we're not gonna get blown away. We can get one past Smash Fire. I don't know how that felt for everybody else on the other side when we got that goal, but
I was
The,
like,
the
yep, here it is. Yep.
You're not gonna win 5-0 tonight.
touche. Well,
Right.
yeah, the mood in the watch party definitely kind of became a lot more tense after that. But we were never relaxed actually. So
Because by then I think the Canucks were losing 2-0. So by then I was in full doom mode. I was like, yeah, bro, both the teams are gonna lose. This is
Oh,
it. It's
jeez.
over.
just another day of Vancouver hockey.
Bro,
But
tell
'twas
me
not
about
to be. 'Twas not to be.
it.
Say I was really glad to see that Eldridge goal, like aside from, the fact that I was rooting for the Goldeneyes, because I mean she is such a nifty player and like, the scrunchie, everyone at the watch party was like, oh my God, the pink scrunchie, it was
Yes.
great. So they got to
Yeah, that's what
experience
I
the
know her
Eldridge
for.
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love the pink scrunchie.
Yeah. She's just an all around good person too.
She
so,
really is.
Yeah.
She really is.
I don't know if you caught the interview with her in the mid game, but you guys saw that in the broadcast, and she was just kind of like, I don't want to jinx anything. Like she's just like, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx anything. And I'm like, that's exactly it. Like, why would you ask me a question about how the game's gonna end mid game? Like, no, stop.
Nope, leave that alone.
That's right. That's exactly what she said. She's
Better
like,
intermission questions.
That's right. I'm not gonna answer that.
So Ava sent a little update on the awarded goal with the net dislodged.
Okay, what and was that second period? Did that happen in the second period?
I think she said it happened in the first period.
Oh,
So-
it was the first period. Okay.
Anyway, the rule is that in the event the goal post is displaced either deliberately or accidentally by a defending player prior to the puck crossing the goal line between the normal position of the goal post, the referee may award a goal. So it does need to be dislodged by the defending player, and
So maybe they just decided because I mean it was dislodged by Emily Brown.
I know.
Brownie did it, but they pushed her into it. So I don't
There's
think
also,
it was
like-
deliberately.
I also don't know, like, if there's an intent to blow the whistle. Like, the whistle can, in the NHL anyway, there's, like, intent to blow the whistle if the puck isn't seen. If the referee is a little bit late to doing the actual whistling, they can call off a goal if it goes in, even if the whistle is blown after it goes in. It's called, like, intent to blow. Again, I'll correct myself in the comments.
Sorry, I thought we were going to talk about heated rivalry later.
Wow, but
Well-
ching.
That was a good one.
That's a clip.
Sorry.
That's a clip for sure. Bryan talking about intent to blow. Wow. Okay. Of course. I know. Oh, we got him. We got him blushing now too. I love it.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so now we're tied. Let's just start in the third period because that's
20-minute hockey
yeah,
game.
it's a 20-minute hockey game at this point. Like we're all tied up, and yeah, I didn't feel like it was incredibly one-sided until you guys got 2 goals ahead, and then we turned on the afterburners. It was crazy.
Yes. By then, I was feeling great. I was like, I did not expect this to happen. And I was just there for the ride.
It was also how it happened, right? Like, normally Seattle, like, we dominate the net front, right? We're supposed to be scoring the goals in front of net front, and we're, supposed to be defending our house. Normally, when we're getting scored against, it's on like rush chances or those point shots. But when you are somehow, the Goldeneyes ended up like 2 versus 1 against Alex Carpenter defending net front. I don't know how that happened, but that was definitely a mismatch that was taken advantage of. And then on the second one, again, just losing that net front battle was a little bit uncharacteristic for Torrent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Will, did you have something to say? I felt like you started.
No.
No, okay, sorry. Don't want to call you out.
Taking in the information.
No, but I'll add one more thing though. Like that, seeing the Goldeneyes in a position where they're getting 2-on-1 rushes, that doesn't happen. That literally never happens. Even if we're one man up on a rush, that literally never happens. So to see it happen and happen that consistently, and then on top of that, we're scoring them, I'm like, oh, well, I didn't even expect us to score them. I'm already having a good time just watching us be a man up on a rush. Oh, man. So good. Such a good game.
I feel like the
It was-
Goldeneyes kind of match
It
up
was an
well against the
entertaining.
Torrent.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Will.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just I feel like the Goldeneyes match up well against the Torrent. It was like vice versa, even though it kind of fell the Goldeneyes' way this time. I think it was. I mean, we saw in like the first ever game, it went to overtime that one. I think it's just an entertaining game. It goes back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of those games can be slogs, but not a Goldeneyes Torrent game. So
I agree. I will say this. I don't know who was commentating. I'm just going to put this out there, and I'm going to just blow it out of the water. Whoever was commentating could not.
The male half.
The male half of the commentating crew could not get the names of our players right to save their life, and it was driving me insane. At one point, it was like, "Oh, somebody fell," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's Daniel Serdachny." Like I could see that from like my TV. Like, come
Aw,
on,
you never,
dude.
you never want to say somebody or say
I-
number, whatever. You never want to say that.
Thank you. And misnaming players, like he called
Yeah.
Schroeder Snyder or something.
Snyder?
I'm like,
Oh, you never. That
That's embarrassing. I think
Yes.
that is
it was
really embarrassing.
James. Yeah, it was James Sobalski who
Yeah.
does like the Vancouver commentary normally.
Uh,
So I guess he knows the Goldeneyes players, doesn't know the Torrent ones, but like you have to prepare. You have to,
yeah,
that's
you gotta
part of
get
your
ready with that.
job.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nuts. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, what is going on here?
I wa-
Um,
I
go
was
ahead,
also
Bryan.
interested in like seeing how the players reacted to playing at altitude because like in the pregame Zoom availability we had with the Torrent players, I asked Kayla Barnes about that, and she said it was like definitely a real thing when she had played the takeover tour game last year when she was with it, Montreal, and I know they got in a little bit earlier. I think this
Yeah,
time.
they 2 days. Yeah, coach. I think both teams got in 2 days prior to the game. So
Yeah, I didn't notice it too much. I think at the end of the second period, the Torrent seemed a little gassed, but I didn't know if that was game situation or or altitude. But that was also a little uncharacteristic for them to see them tire like that. Normally they've got motors that last all game, and I was like, whoa, like Jesse Eldridge is really looking for breath at the end of the second.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to say about the
Oh,
game?
yeah, one last thing. Hannah Murphy. She's my favorite Torrent player, and I love seeing her play, but I just hated seeing I hated seeing how like she how she handled this game. Like
Hmm.
I just wish she did so much better. I wish she did so much better. And then seeing her like when she like looked like she got hurt towards the end of the game, I was like, oh man, like that sucks. You want to win, you want to see your team win, but you never want to see another player you like get hurt in a loss.
I didn't really see what happened if she was speared. I think it was the second period. If you're talking about that, Cameron, where she was really slow to get up and the trainer came out
Yeah,
and
I didn't
was tending
entirely
to
see
her.
what happened myself, but it looked tough though. But she got
Yeah.
up and kept playing and finished the game, but it
She
looked
got
rough.
up, nodded, said, "I'm okay." But, and I was watching her pretty close after that, and she seemed to be okay. She didn't seem slow. She didn't seem like she was favoring any
Yeah.
side. But yeah, it was a tense moment for us too. I
Yeah.
mean,
She was
Corinne
kind
put her help, put her
Mask on.
mask on.
Yeah.
Like she thought she was gonna
Oh,
come
no,
out.
yeah.
So sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you, Will.
Yeah, so it looked like that was kind of the play where she was kind of like half her body was kind of out of her crease, and it looked like Sophie Jakes kind of skated into her head. Was that the
Mm.
play?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, and that's like head contact and stuff. You don't really want to see that
Yeah,
either,
you
right?
do
Because that
not
can be
want to see
dangerous.
that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
especially like a skate that close to like sensitive areas, not good.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad that she played the rest of the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was okay.
Seemed like it.
Yeah.
Avery, do you have any thoughts about the game overall?
Well, just speaking about that incident, like not to like bring negativity or anything, but I know they added in the rule like this year where if a goalie gets injured and they have to come out, they can't re-enter later.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna
Huh.
do the hockey newbie question here. I figured once the goalie was out, they were out. Like I didn't realize that they could come back in.
Oh no, they can't. That's what I said.
No, I
They
know,
used
but
to
they used to
previously.
be able to.
In the NHL, they definitely could,
Yeah.
and some people use it as like a way to get like a fake timeout because you take a little time, you put the backup goalie in a situation maybe where you're on the power play and you don't think the goalie's going to take much time, and then there's the whole goalie switch, and then 2 minutes later, the other goalie comes back in, so it's kind of like a way to
Mm,
get a fake timeout.
And I think I remember that rule
huh.
change, Avery, that you're talking about. That when they said that once the goalie was out, they're out. It was one of
Yeah.
the rules that they changed at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And if that were to happen, then Shorter would have went in and then CJ would go to the bench.
Hmm.
Oh, look at us.
That's news to me. I didn't know about any of that.
Interesting. I didn't know the
Yeah.
the
Because
third.
right, you need to have your three goalies like CJ isn't dressed though, and she's like third goalie, right?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, but
No.
yeah, I think the ruling is like they have to immediately. I think the word immediately is in there. They have to like immediately go get suited up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean,
And they might have suited up later for the picture. I didn't notice if CJ was on the ice.
Oh, I
toward
don't.
the
I didn't
end,
either. But I mean,
they might have been.
they're always in the arena. I can tell you that. So, like the whole, bringing, harkening back to the whole e-bug conversation, which I had no idea what that was. But like that. That we always, I think the third goalie always travels with the team and always is in the arena. So it would be it would be much different than an NHL, an NHL situation where there's not a third goalie like available. So
Reminds me of the David Ayers incident.
okay, somebody's gonna have to. I have no idea what we're talking about. Somebody tell me what is it? What is that? What is that?
There was a game, I believe, in 2020 where the Carolina Hurricanes were playing and both of their goalies got injured in the same game. So they brought in like the Maple Leafs or Toronto Marlies, can't remember, Zamboni driver to play goal for them.
Is that
And
the one where
And
they won the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no, okay. That is Brian, because after that whole e-bug conversation we had on the podcast, like Brian sent me a bunch of
Oh
sent
man,
me
that
a
was
bunch.
like for anyone who hates the Toronto Maple Leafs, that was like the greatest moment of all time.
when they lost to a Zamboni driver.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's funny stuff, man.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna let Patty tell her final thoughts about the game because she has a new superstition, which is now holding water. Go ahead, babe.
Well, it's not my last word because I've been thinking about my
No,
last
no.
word the whole
No,
podcast.
no, no.
But if Carpy doesn't get a point, we don't win, and it's proven. And I mean it's just the way it goes. And Carpy did not get a point tonight. And we love when Carpy scores. Don't get me wrong. And Hillary's looking for her 50th point, so we wanted her to score too.
Yeah.
But and I don't want to say it rests all on the first line, the premier or the Avenger
Avengers.
line's shoulders. But they're our leaders. We are behind them, and I don't know. It's indicative of how we play the game, I feel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's funny because the commentators were talking about nicknames for the Vancouver line and that there weren't any nicknames for the Vancouver line. I'm like, well, we've already made nicknames for our line, so
And we're working on the fourth line.
yeah, we haven't got one for the fourth line yet. We're getting there. We're workshopping local heroes, Brian, just so you know. It's not rolling off the tongue yet.
That's fine. That's fine. We're workshopping it. It's
Yeah.
totally normal.
Totally normal.
With the local heroes angle is that the three players, depending on who they are, really, on our fourth line are all either kind of local to the Seattle area. Jenna Buglioni being an honorary local from
Vancouver.
Lower Mainland, but also from Edina, which is Patty has a connection to.
I have
But
family in Minnesota.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I get local heroes not necessarily rolling off the tongue.
It's not yet. We'll get there. We'll get
Do,
there.
do, do the Vancouver? Do you have any names for your lines? I'm curious.
Not
Not that I
really.
know of.
Yeah, I think also because Nurse was out, we had a few injuries. Lines have been shuffled around quite a bit as well. So
Well, and
nothing.
let's talk about this huge trade. Like, I
Oh,
mean, okay,
dude.
Vancouver won. Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you guys for
2-0 since the trade.
yeah,
right?
for doing this. So, but let's talk about this huge trade that happened and how you guys feel about it because I feel like all of us were aghast, number one. And number two, my biggest thing was, oh, they kept the couple together. That's all I was like, yay, the girlfriends get to stay together. Exactly. Like, and then I'm like, now I don't have anything else to say about it. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this trade.
I think the Goldeneyes kind of gave away the best player in Kava, but we got younger and we got faster, which was both things that we needed. So on the whole, I'm pretty happy with it. And I think we got a 4C upgrade in McMahon overlapping. So on the whole, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the vibes guy. I didn't particularly know who everybody involved in the trade was, but I'll tell you this story. I was seeing all of the updates as they were coming out. I was seeing trade. I was like, okay, who are we giving up? Who are we getting? Who are we trading with? Then I'm seeing the teams. I'm like, okay, the Ottawa Charge. Okay, I'm seeing the Vanishova trade rumors back to Ottawa. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking it's one person. Then I'm seeing like a trade where it says four people. Then I'm seeing a trade where it says six. I'm like, what is going on? Are we gonna have a team? So then I see all these people and I'm like, okay. It wasn't really anybody that I was particularly worried about leaving. And we're winning since the trade. So overall, good trade. But I was very scared leading up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also kind of scared that we would just, on a purely selfish level, that we would lose one of my favorite players, and that kind of ended up not
That
really
was
being the case.
definitely me.
So, yeah.
That was me. Oh my goodness. I was hoping we wouldn't lose one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think Kava was not getting a lot of ice time and she wasn't trusted by the coaching staff and you can argue about that, but I don't think she was happy here and I think she may be happier in Ottawa and I like Kava and I want her to be happy in a place where she can succeed. So I'm happy for her as well if that can be done for her. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember the rumor that she was signed with a Canadian team, and I think Vancouver was the last on my prediction list on that.
Interesting.
In the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, and how do we feel about the fact that they traded Greco too? I mean, like, I mean, are we assuming like that was just to keep them together, or
I feel like yes, if I were just to guess, Greco wasn't doing a ton for Vancouver anyway. Kind of she was mostly kind of seventh defender, and we kind of had a logjam on D once Nina Job Smith got healthy, Job Smith. Because then Samoskevich was being scratched. And I think, Greco and Kava leaving together kind of opened up a spot on D. And they were able to stay together, which I think is important. And there was also a player from Ottawa, like Shokina, who ended up coming into Vancouver, who was she was a late addition to the trade. So people are kind of speculating that maybe they had to add her in because Greco was being added in on the Vancouver side and they needed to add that extra player. So just
Yeah.
speculation, but that could be possible.
Right.
Interesting.
but overall, obviously, since you guys are winning, good trade. Happy with the trade.
Pretty happy,
Overall,
yeah.
good trade. Our offense looks really good now. I'm definitely a fan of how our offense looks post trade.
Yeah. That might be more like Nurse coming back than just kind of pure like Mike Snan McMahon and
I
Shokina.
might be a little bit biased. I might be a little bit biased.
Yeah, I think Nurse coming back is like the biggest thing ever for the Goldeneyes. Like that's just the biggest thing.
Dude.
So.
Oh my God. I could
I mean,
talk
up
about
at
that for hours.
no, she didn't. I was
She
gonna
didn't
say,
get
and
points
up
today.
until this game, I mean,
She
she had,
scored in every
yeah,
game
she's
since she
been
came
on
back.
fire. So
She got an assist this game.
oh,
So
she got
she's
an
still,
assist. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Isn't she
I
at
didn't.
what 4 or 5 points in like 4 games?
She had four points in 3 games.
Crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
she's cooking.
As
Yeah,
Nurse goes, so go the Goldeneyes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing.
I'm thrilled
So,
to have her back. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
and it's great to see. I mean, it's great to see, everybody be healthy. Like it's sad to see people out, and there's the bad F word team that we don't like that much. Like, I know that Dom Petrie is out for the rest of the season. I mean, it's sad to see somebody that has to be out, just for an injury. Like that sucks, and it's just, it's part of life, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
and how are we feeling about Seattle now, Bryan?
Oh Lord. It seems like we've so one of the things that coach has been talking about, and that I think we've seen in the 2 most recent games, including the not excluding the Denver game, but like including the loss to Boston, is like a really more connected team, generating a lot of chances, moving through the neutral zone effectively, finishing effectively, at least on offense, generating a lot of chances. And I think that was still true in this game, which is good. But then this losing those net front battles on the goals is tough. Like that's not something. Again, that's not something that I really expected, because that's been a strength of the team. So it's like you make progress in one area, and then you're kind of losing it in another, or at least getting unlucky in that other area. It is a little bit frustrating, but I am heartened that, like the shot counts were high. They were able to move the puck effectively into the offensive zone and turn those into scoring chances and forced Mashmeyer to be good. Obviously it would have been like a lot better if we'd scored more goals, but like that offensive potency is still there, even if the goals aren't necessarily going in. I could talk about this forever, but like I do think some of the chances, like I would like to see more rush chances. Like anyway. This is a larger topic, but yeah, overall, a little bit disappointed in giving up those net front goals, but still, like yes, like the progress is being made offensively, so that's good.
Okay, babe, what are your thoughts on Seattle right now?
Like you said, even to the loss to the Boston, I feel like we're playing better, we're communicating better. There were a couple lapses in communication tonight that were a little disconcerting to me, because it felt like a little step backwards. But I feel on the whole like we're on, I don't know, the precipice of really just turning the corner and becoming, just a really hard team to beat, which I'm there for that.
It's awesome. Well, and I mean, you know, I know nothing about hockey, but I'm gonna go with my
True.
I'm gonna go with my wife, and that if Carpy doesn't get a point, then we can't win. No pressure, Carpy.
No pressure
No,
at all.
no. It's funny because I do realize every day, like I see more and more when I watch the games than I ever used to, and I'm like, oh, this and that, and like, oh yeah, we're missing connections, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually like seeing this. This is crazy. So, I'm excited. It is, I think it's hard being the expansion teams. I mean, like we can all talk about this. Like it's hard being the expansion teams, especially because we came into this season and everybody was like, oh, number 1 and 2, like who's going to be, like blah blah blah. And then, neither team has really performed. I mean, you guys are on the up right now. Like, don't hear me wrong. Like, I'm not saying, but like it's taken half a season, really to get, for you guys to get the team moving. And whether that's because Nurse was out or not, or whatever the case might be, I feel like we're kind of the same way. Like, we're still trying to find our chemistry and trying to get, and we actually, I think we talked about this at the beginning of the season too. We had this conversation with a bunch of people in this room specifically, is that it was going to be who could make the chemistry happen the quickest, right? Like who could get that
Right.
together. So, um I'm excited. I'm excited about the rest of the season. So I don't know why up until last week I was thinking this was the last game before the
Right.
Olympic break. It's not, guys. The entire league is playing on Wednesday night. Literally, the entire league is playing on
Oh,
Wednesday
wow.
night. Who are
Yeah.
you gonna watch?
3 of the games all at once.
Yeah, it's like who are you gonna watch on
Wow, that's
Wednesday night?
a lot. Reminds me of the WNBA scheduling, having the whole league play on one day
Yeah.
and mostly at the same time.
Yes, and that is exactly what's happening on Wednesday night, and it is everyone's last game before the Olympic break. So I apologize. I don't know. Oh no, you guys are playing the Frost. I do know who
Yep.
you're playing because the commentator talked about it. So you guys are
Oh.
you
Yeah, he
playing?
was wrong and said that we were playing the Frost.
Yeah, it's in Minnesota, isn't
It's
it?
in Minnesota.
Oh,
Okay.
boo.
Well,
Godspeed.
yes, I know. Well, thinking about everybody that's there. Um, and then we play Ottawa. That's who we play
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ottawa!
What? I'm sorry. What?
We root for you if we're
Yeah, that's right. We root for you guys. Actually, that's not 100% true. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not 100% true for Megan. Okay. I root for you if we're not playing you.
Bro, see, that's what I tell people. But people like Ava, they ruin it for me because she'll just go on the internet and just say that we suck whenever we lose and we didn't play you guys. So then it just throws off the whole friendshipness of
Oh,
all.
that's funny.
Yeah.
The thing I have to say about Ava, and she's not here to defend herself, but I'll still say it, is like that everything that comes out of her mouth is like is a 2-second thought, and then it'll go away in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? I mean, I love her, but like it's whatever's in her mind, that's what comes out, and then by the next moment, it'll be completely the reverse or 360 or whatever. So
Well, she has a formidable mind, so
that is what's so awesome and why people love Ava, because she says whatever she's thinking.
He says it all, man.
That's right.
yeah.
Okay, well, I just want to, I mean, we don't have to talk about heated rivalry unless you really want to, but I really, I know this is going to be a long episode, but I really want to just hear like what you guys are excited about. You excited about the Olympics? Like, what are you excited about for the next month? Because we're not going to have any PWHL to watch. So
Olympics! I'm so excited about the Olympics. All my favorite
I'm
players in one place.
I'm excited to see how they're gonna make this ice work. I'm not
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
any more like updates on it anymore, so I'm just assuming they just gave up on like trying to fix it or build it or whatever they were doing. So I hope no players go over there and die, I guess.
wait. I mean, I heard there was the potential it wasn't going to be ready, but like, what else? What's going on? Die?
The
How would they die?
the ice quality isn't good. Like it's
Oh,
Well,
like the
apparently,
facilities aren't great. Like and then even for other sports, their facilities they haven't some facilities are barely getting finished. It's just it seems like a whole nightmare over there. I don't know what they're doing.
I think the ice quality should be okay. They had that one test event. Apparently, it was okay for like first use. I think the ice should be okay. The problems is probably gonna be like more like guest amenities and stuff like that that won't be finished, and potentially also
Yeah.
the locker rooms, which is not a great thing. But the women's arena, the main women's arena, is finished. It's just way
Uh,
smaller. It was like the main, like the bigger men's arena that was having those problems. The smaller
mm,
women's arena doesn't really have those issues. So hopefully the women's like event will be more or less okay.
I think
fire.
for almost every Olympics, there's stories like this. This does seem worse than usual, and but fingers crossed. Like the women's tournament does start earlier than the men's, so I don't know. Maybe they're kind of staggering their preparations, and with that in mind. But yeah, I just hope that we have a really good Olympic tournament. I think this is, Coach O'Rourke said after the last game in the press conference that he thinks it's going to be, one of the best Olympic tournaments because of the experience that these players have gotten through being in the PWHL and playing against elite talent night after night. And as concerned as I am for my precious Canadian team Canada and not having the benefit of centralization, I do think that even in the rivalry series, like what we've seen from Team USA has been just some spectacular hockey. And I am just salivating at the idea of that being seen by a much larger audience. Because, what Abby Murphy has been doing, what Layla Edwards has been doing, and then, of course, the stars that we know from the PWHL, what they've been doing. I'm just super excited for more people to get exposed to it.
There may be some viral moments. So.
Oh yeah.
Hoping for some of those. We're gonna like witness some truly best on best hockey. I'm here for it. The youth for Team USA is awesome, and it's gonna be a good opportunity for me to learn a lot more players. I use stuff like this to learn players since I haven't been watching women's hockey all that long. So like all the other countries, I'm gonna see who's playing well, who's doing things that I like. I'll notice who they are, see where they play,
and
I'll start
also
following them.
And also, we've seen what Sarah Nurse coming back has done for the Goldeneyes. So I'm curious to see what Sarah Nurse coming back does for Team Canada.
Yeah, I don't get your hopes up. But
okay, wait. So I have to ask the question. Wait, I have to ask the question. Who is everyone rooting for? Because I feel like I know the answer, but maybe somebody's going to surprise me. I want to start with Avery. Who are you rooting for?
Well, I'm from Canada, so Canada.
I figured. I thought I would ask you to see if you were going to surprise me, babe. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the United States, and seriously anymore.
I'm apologetic about
I am almost apologetic about it, and I want to say that I'm rooting for them in the Olympics, and I'm rooting for them just to be a better country.
Okay, I'm also rooting for Team USA. It's the only time I ever become patriotic about this country ever. Okay, Will, who are you rooting for in the Olympics?
Czechia and Germany.
Ooh.
That was surprising me. Not Canada. Okay.
I can't believe that that what's her name? Gosh,
who are we talking
Ottawa
about?
coach is coaching Czechia.
Oh,
Carla
McLeod.
McLeod, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Carla.
Yeah, we do too. We love Carla. Oh, Carla's awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I'm going to have to, well, I guess, Cameron, who are you cheering for?
Yeah, I was like, Cameron, who are you cheering for?
I'm cheering for the US, but like I hope the Goldeneyes players that are like all over the place do well because we had a player on Germany, player for Czechia, a lot for Canada. So hoping to see them do well,
Finland.
carry the momentum back to the season.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out. I'm a Canada fan for sure, being from there and being a Canadian. But I also have a very soft spot. Japan is my Group B team, so I follow them very closely as well. I've been noticing like Akane Shiga's quietly been putting together a pretty awesome season in the SDHL. So I've got the pre-tournament results for Japan have also been like kind of a little promising. So I hope they make a splash in Group B.
I think it's good. I just think it's going to be amazing. I think what you said, I don't know if it was Cam. I think it was you that said it, Cam, that it's going to be an amazing, like, because we have all of these women who are now playing at this elite level. They've been able to keep their talents really fresh, over the last couple of years. So we're really walking into probably one of the best, especially from the female aspect, women's hockey Olympics probably ever that we've ever seen before. So
and also Team USA fans, we all watch the rivalry series. Let's not come into this thinking we're about to do that same thing. This is a little bit different of an environment. Let's get ready to see a little bit more back and forth and be able to handle that.
Yeah. Well, I know I said if Canada wants to win gold, that they're going to need the Debian they got in last Olympics.
Yeah, definitely not the one.
She's been playing really well lately, though. Honestly, like anytime we watch a game, I always tell the kids, I'm like, you're in the presence of probably one of the greatest goalies in the PWHL. Like, I really have a lot of respect for Davian. She's amazing.
But
And
then
they said a statistic.
then USA has Frankel, so it's like
Yeah, that's true. But they did a
go.
statistic on her that like at home, like she's only lost one game like ever in her entire career. Like if she's in net and they're playing at home, like it's yeah. Anyway.
What?
Yeah, no, it's insane. Yeah, I mean we were watching a game and somebody said it and I was like,
Wow.
that is crazy. I know.
And then behind
Yeah,
Frankel, you
dude.
have Phillips, who is
Yeah.
not an easier option at all. So to score.
No,
So,
no.
yeah.
But that's the
USA
thing is
is
that we're talking about like that's the crazy thing is like let's talk about I mean we're gonna wrap up because this is a long one but like I just want to say like we're talking about the elite PWHL like we've talked about this these are elite players they cherry pick the best players in the world because it's a small league right and then we're narrowing it down even more for people to go play for their home country right so it's just like the elite of the elite and then let's just suck it in just a little bit more and just cherry pick on top of the cherry pick so it's gonna be incredible okay anybody have last words before Patty gets her last word
Go Goldeneyes.
and Patty
My last word of the night is icing. All right. Goldeneye scored 2 goals after icing calls that I thought were kind of marginal icing calls, but also all of you are icing on the cake of life, the
Oh.
friends that we have made
Oh,
through
wow.
this league. So icing is my last word.
Wow.
And we said it was going to turn into a love fest because we all really love each other and we do chirp at each other. But at the end of the day, it's really all fun and games. So looking forward to this mega Wednesday. I don't know. We need to come up with a name for it, like this crazy Wednesday of all the teams playing, and then a month of Olympics. So we get to all go in different directions. So. Thank you all for taking the time and doing this tonight. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk later.
Bye.
All right.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.